guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm not gonna do a whole long intro because I honestly don't even know where this video is gonna lead me. I just felt like I've been going through a lot of changes in my life and I just wanted to talk to my camera. And so that means talking to you guys who are watching this, because I really don't have that many people, like close people in my life, that I talk to. And so I've been like realizing that I really need a way to release. And I feel like I always feel good when I kind of talk to my camera, which sounds really weird, but it is. It's how I can express myself and not feel weird and awkward. So here we go with this video. Let's just jump right in. So as you can tell by the title, I'm gonna be talking about just different lifestyle changes that I feel like I'm making, some that are intentional and some that are just like how I feel like my life is just panning out. Things that have just changed naturally, not something I put much thought into. I've just kind of been like, oh wow, I'm doing this now, or these are the things that I'm into and things like that. I'm also gonna be talking about some intentional changes that I'm making in my life, but yeah, that's the whole big scope of what I want to talk about. I don't really know where it's gonna go because I don't have notes. I don't have like anything like that. This is raw and real. Also, I just looked into my viewfinder and I just saw how my mirrors, you can see them with the plastic still in it. I'm currently redoing my room because I had like a ceiling leak for a while, and it took a minute for my property management to handle the situation, and a lot of my stuff was ruined, so I am redoing it. And I'm waiting for my nightstands to come in so that I can hang those above my nightstands, but I just wanted to keep them in the plastic so I didn't ruin it or anything like that. But I just looked back and was like, oh damn, that looked kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm really happy right now in life, and I just wanted to kind of share some things that I'm going through and things that I'm experiencing and feeling, because maybe there's people out there that don't really respond to the totally on track, like positive vibes all the time content that's out there, you know, that kind of stresses being positive and being happy and everything's going right, and sticking to routines is the only way to like really truly feel happy. And I feel like for the first time in life, I'm not really into routines. I'm having a hard time sticking to my routines, and I'm a very routine person, but yet I'm still happy and I'm still like experiencing life how I should be, and I'm in a better mental state than I've ever been. So that's why I decided to make this video. So if this is for you, I hope you stick around and watch to the end. And if it's not for you, then I totally understand and just skip on by. But yeah, so first off, because I'm gonna be drinking this throughout the video, I just wanted to show you guys I am drinking right now. It just looks like, I don't know what it even looks like, but it's like a tea latte. I'm using our stimulating tea, which if you don't know, my sister and I have started a candle and tea business. And so I will link that in the description box, but this is our stimulating tea. And I just put some caramel dairy-free creamer in it. So cheers, it's so good. Okay, so first off, I want to start by, I feel like I am 31 years old, which I really felt like, at first I was like, oh, 30. Like when I approached 30, I was just very like, sorry, my phone. I was just very like, didn't want it to happen, right? I was like, up until like, you know, the last month in my 20s, I was just like, we're not gonna think about it. We're not gonna think about it. We're not gonna think about it. And then it came and I felt this like slight depression, but then I didn't even really know why I was depressed about it. And then I went through 30, and probably like a few months into 30, I realized like, damn, I love being 30. Like 30 is the shit. Like I felt like I was just experiencing life differently. I feel like that wisdom really did kick in. Because I was like, what the fuck was I worried about? Like, who cares? And then I started thinking about it because people would, you know, ask when I was out, and at first I would be like, oh, I don't want to say, like, what if they think I'm old, or what if they, you know, all this stuff. And then I was just like, fuck it, no, like, I'm like proud. When people ask me, I'm like, oh, I'm 31. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I have reached this club that like I feared for so long, and I had to like really try to figure out like, why was I like resisting this? Like, why do I feel like 30 is this like dirty little secret? You know what I mean? And I had to kind of sit back and think like, the people in my life that like have approached 30, I feel like because, you know, some people didn't really enjoy it or like wasn't proud of it, I felt like I shouldn't be proud of it either. Which, now I don't want to say proud of it, but wasn't so forthcoming with being in their 30s and experiencing the joys around being 30. And that's okay. Everybody has their own like way of thinking of things, and everybody, you know, is entitled to however they feel. But I felt like I was taking that on to me, and I had to realize like, I really don't care if people know my age. You know, I used to think like, oh, I don't want to say my age on social media because, you know, nowadays people are like 22, 23, and, you know, and they're like popping on social media. So if you say you're 29 or 30, like people are gonna be like, oh, I don't want to listen to this old girl. And I'm like, no one thinks that way. Like, for one, there's billions of people on this planet, and there is going to be a lot of people who fuck with you for you, not because you're trying to be someone else, or not because you're 25, or, you know, or, you know, it's just like, I don't know. It was like all these things that like, I don't know why the hell I was stressing about. And I was just like, fuck it. No, like, I'm 30 fucking 1 years old. I've been through so much shit in my life, and I'm happy and blessed that I am here. I'm alive, I'm breathing, and I'm in good health, you know, for the most part. Like, I am okay. And so I'm proud of these 31 years that I've been here. And I'm proud of the things I've learned. I'm proud of the things that I've gone through. I am really thankful for where I am in life. And so I think that was a major turning point for me when I hit my 30s. I really started to view the world differently. I started to view myself differently, and who I am in my society, my universe. And I say my because we all experience society differently. We all experience this universe differently. When our stars align, they're in our universe. They're not in everybody else's universe. Like, my stars are not going to align to somebody else's universe. Like, they have nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? And so I had to learn that the hard way too. I think that's something that I struggled navigating in my 20s. And when I hit 30, I really was like, yo, like, I don't care what the next person is doing. Like, kudos to you. Like, I will support you all the way, but what you're doing, your successes, your failures, all that has nothing to do with my life. You know what I mean? And so it felt selfish at first because I was such a person that everybody would come to with, you know, anything they needed. I was a listening ear, or I was the pat on the back. Like, I was that person for a lot of people in my life. And so it felt selfish sometimes where I would be like, okay, boom, but I'm working on me, or I'm doing this, or my life does not, is not affected by the things that are going on in your life. I can be there for you, but it's not like, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it's not like my life should be affected by that. So if you're doing well, and in my life, I'm still working through things, that's not correlated at all. So I can praise your successes, but it doesn't have to be like, oh, well, she's doing that, and, you know, look where I am. And we're have two totally different lives. We aren't even in the same industry. We, you know, our life paths are nowhere near connected. So why should I be envious or kind of like, well, I'm not gonna really praise that because I'm still doing this. No, I can very well be like, okay, cool, that is so amazing. I'm so happy that that's happening for you in your life, you know, while maintaining working through the shit that I'm going through in my life. And just like if somebody is down or, you know, needing that comfort, I can comfort and say, okay, there you go. But I can still show my, you know, life and things and obstacles and stuff like that going on in my life. I can show that attention. Or if I'm up while somebody's down, I don't have to feel guilty about that. I can still experience my successes when other people aren't necessarily feeling successful in their life. And that one was really big for me because I would feel like sometimes I couldn't be as happy as I was for things in my life because maybe other people weren't experiencing highs in their life. So then I would be like, okay, I'm gonna, you know, radiate here. But it is really important to celebrate those wins because naturally we will just show so much attention to our negatives. We will be woe is me so easily, and we will just be like, well, this is going wrong and this is going wrong and I did this and this and this. But then when things go well, sometimes it's not innate for us to boast about ourselves or pat ourselves on the back or just be super fucking happy because shit's just going great, you know? So I felt like that's a thing I really had to learn. Like, it's not selfish. It's not the fact that you don't care about what someone else is going through. It's just you gotta focus on you first before you can like really give yourself and time and energy to somebody else and what they're going on in their life. So that's one thing that I feel like I totally loved hitting 30. Like, it was just like, it kind of just like went like, and it was just like, it changed in an instant. Like, you know, it's just something that I really can't tell you where it came from because I was a person who just was a people pleaser. I just like would dim myself so far just to make someone else feel better. I would get envious, not gonna lie. I would be envious of people. I would be scrolling down social media, and if I was just like not in a great place, like I would be like, I'm not liking that picture, I'm not commenting, I mean, I can honestly say I was that person. And then I had to be like, like, life is too short for all of that. Like, you know what I mean? If I fuck with somebody and they're doing well, you know, I'm learning that there is, for one, like I was mentioning earlier, like our universes and our lives and all that and our place in society is not correlated to anybody else. Like, there's room at the top truly for everybody. And if we all believe that, there would be more than just that 1%. And I feel like our society as a whole, they really rely on us feeling like we have to fight each other. Because if we're so busy fighting everybody else, we're not really giving ourselves the chance to get to that next level. So they want us to kind of fight each other gladiator style so that we don't reach the top. And so that's why there continues to be a 1%. So yeah, so not only that, but this life's too fucking short, you know? It's too short for all that. Like, I feel like I've experienced so many random losses that it's just like, none of that matters. You know what I mean? Like, if I am in contact with anybody in this realm, I want them to know I love them, I fuck with them, and I'm proud of them, no matter what. No matter if you are struggling, you feel like you're on a hamster wheel, you might have done something bad to me, or you're fucking killing it and you are just making shit happen in your life. Like, I want those people to know how much I love them. And even people that I don't know, I see you, I love you, and however I can be of substance in your life, please, I want to be that for you. So that is that. I want to get on to routines and stuff like that because I was a huge routine person. It was just like I needed to feel like I was checking stuff off of a list every single day. And for a while, that was very sustainable for my life. That was what I needed. That was absolutely like I don't know. I feel like it was necessary for my life. And I feel like to a certain extent, I still love to be organized and have routines. So I'm not saying that that's not in my life, but it's not right now. I have no routine. I'm still trying to figure it out. And I feel like at a certain, like a point in time in my life, that would have been super scary, and I would have had mental breakdown. I would have been depressed. I would have been just in my bed. I would go to work, come home, you know, sometimes eat, sometimes not, and just be in my bed and not know how to function. And I realized that like probably like halfway through last year, I feel like I moved my table so you guys are shaking, but I kind of got off of my routine, right? So I would wake up before work, work out. That was just easy for me. It came naturally. You know, being active as the first thing that I kind of do in the mornings, because it just propels my day. I feel like also, I don't know if I want to call myself a lazy person naturally, but I feel like I feel all the feels. Whether that's happy, whether that's sad, whether it's indifferent, whether it's just like whatever. I feel like I feel all the feels. And anybody who personally knows me can tell you, and I'm like knows me, not just like surface level knows me, but anybody who knows me knows that I am a moody person. And at first I would look at that negatively, like, you know, because like I said, we focus on the negative so much. So, you know, people would see like if I was happy, I would, you know, you could see when I visibly see when I was sad, when I would just get sad, or if like someone did something, it would just be like, because I'm a person that I'm not like, if we're chilling and then I don't like something you did, like it threw me off, we gonna know it. Everybody in that room gonna know it. But also it's just like I feel all the stresses. Like I feel if I work 7 hours, I feel that. Like it's very hard for me to do things directly after work because I'm drained, I'm exhausted. I usually take on other people's energies, which is why I kind of keep a very small circle, because energies can drain me a lot just by being in the same kind of room or space as somebody else. It drains me. So working with a lot of different people for a long period of time, it drains me, it stresses me out. So working out after work, working out after I've gotten my day started, it really is not a thing for me. It's very, very challenging. And I know that about myself. So working out in the morning always would help. So I would do that, you know, have my breakfast, make my food, all that stuff. So halfway through, I'm long-winded and I feel like I can rant, but I promise you I will always circle back most times. But so I felt like halfway, you know, at the end of last year, the 2021 year, I started to like kind of get off track, because obviously I just mentioned in the beginning of this video that my sister and I started a company, and you know, this is our first business together that we've actually like kind of grown and taken to that next level. We had started another company in the past, but we didn't really get past that step, and we're still holding on to that because we do believe in it, and we're gonna put more effort into it once, you know, we get this kind of going. But that took a lot out of us because we didn't know what, you know, was in store for us. You know, we just knew, okay, we're very passionate about this, we want to make this a thing, and we did it. And once we started getting going with everything, it really just kind of took off in a way that neither one of us expected. So really busy with that and having to put so much time and effort into it because it's something that we really are passionate about. It's not anything that we don't just like wholesale our candles. We don't you know, like just do pre-packaged teas and stuff like that. We really put a lot of time and effort into figuring out, okay, what do we want someone to get out of this? What do we need, and what do we want our customers to get from it? Like, you know what I mean? So it takes a lot. We have long planning days, we have long work days, and that's after, you know, working our other jobs. So it was just like a lot. So it came to a point where getting up early before, well, I still get up early, but getting up in enough time to work out, like I like to work out before work, it just wasn't a thing, because it was like I would go to work and then I would come home and I would work again. Like, so it was just like, you know, 12-hour work days. And so it got out of, you know, it was just like, I can't, right? So I'm like, stopped working out. And then I started to have irregular eating habits, because it was just like I had to eat when I could. And so that meant like, do I really have time to spend like 30 minutes to an hour cooking? Not really, you know what I mean? Because it was go time for us. And, you know, we went home for the holidays. I feel like it's natural for all of us to kind of like say, okay, it's the holidays and we're just gonna enjoy time with our families, friends, and things like that. So that naturally happened. And so I started to feel myself gain weight. I started to just really be so upset with myself, because I'm like, Ashley, you haven't worked out in months, like not weeks, not days, but months. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, and your weight is getting back up there and like all of this stuff. So I was really upset with myself, right? But then it was like, what seems like I wasn't doing anything about it. It was like, girl, like we talked about this. We've been noticing the weight. We've been noticing the, you know, the muscle loss and, you know, losing your strength. Like, what are you doing? Why aren't you fixing it? And I felt like I was having this internal battle with myself, because I wasn't doing anything about it. I was just like chilling, like, okay, yeah, I hear you, but like, what you want me to do about it, you know? And so I didn't know why I was so nonchalant. I just started to think like, girl, what the fuck? Like, you just so unmotivated. Like, do you want this to be your life? So then I start getting upset with myself, because I didn't understand why I wasn't fixing it. I'm like, you know, so I'm like, all this negative self-talk. I'm like, girl. And then in comes, I was watching, because I don't want to like take my own credit for it. What was I watching? Oh, I was watching Sweet Greens. No, what is, oh, I don't remember her name. I'm subscribed to her channel because like she's amazing. She's this black vegan like YouTuber, and she's totally awesome. I love her channel. So I think it's like Sweet Greens Vegan or something like that. I'll pop it on the screen. But I was watching one of her videos, and it's called Atomic Habits. This book is a lifesaver. Or at least my lifesaver, because it might not be for everybody. And that's what I really want you guys to understand. Like, if you get nothing else from my little rant or any other like self-help type of things, just know that like, take what's for you, leave what's not. Like I mentioned, life is short. It's gotta be something that fits your world, your universe, your existence. Not something that, you know, fits somebody else's life and you're trying to make it yours. No, we're throwing that out the window. No, that no longer exists. We don't follow other people just because they're doing it. We might get inspiration and try it out in our lives and realize, I don't know why I've never been doing this. Then keep it. Do that. That's for you. If you're doing it and you can't keep up with it, or you're just like, I'm doing this and I absolutely fucking hate it, throw that shit out. Throw it out. We don't need that. So anyway, this has been a lifesaver for me. Mainly because, New Year's Eve rolls around and I'm over here like, all right, how is this year gonna be different? You know? How can I do different things in my life? So I started writing my goals, and I really knew then that I didn't want, the goals that I had were so me and really what I wanted and need out of life. And before, I never really had goals like that. I would have goals that kind of mirrored what I saw other people doing, or the life that other people were living, and I said, oh, I want that, you know, but not really knowing the steps that it took for them to get there anyway, you know, because it's their life, you know. And most of the time, people I don't even know, people that I saw on social media. So I knew that I didn't want this year to pass me up like all the years prior. I didn't want to be on that hamster wheel. I was like, I'm getting it off. I'm not just doing things because I know somebody else has done it. I'm not just doing things because it's just like the thing to do, to sit down on New Year's Eve and make goals and make affirmations and, you know, all these things, right? So I was taking my time. I said, okay, like this is what I have in store, but I'm going to intentionally check in weekly to see how I'm doing with my goals. And, you know, I was starting small and starting good. And then this is when I found this book. And it just reiterates everything that I was thinking. And it also gives me more insight on how to attain the things that I want to attain. So I just have been loving this book. The guy who wrote this, the author, he is actually from he's from a small little city in Cincinnati. But I was just like, whoa, crazy. And I'm really loving the book. It's talking about how we don't need goals. Having something in mind that you're working towards, yes. But the way to create change, the way to make all these things you want in life happen, the way to get off the hamster wheel is to put systems in place. And so instead of being goal oriented, we need to be system oriented. So yes, do we all say, okay, I want to lose 20 pounds? Okay, that's a goal. And sometimes the issue with that is that it is very time specific, right? So, or there's going to be a cutoff point. So you're going to lose 20 pounds, but what happens after that type of thing? So instead of, you know, having just that goal of I want to lose 20 pounds, okay, I want to be an active person. I want to be the type of person who, you know, is active and can withstand anything that's thrown my way on a daily basis. When I grow old, I want to be able to pick up my grandchildren. I want to be able to run around with them. I want to just be a person that is in good health. So that way, you know, you're living your life to be very active. You're putting systems in place. You're figuring out, okay, what is healthy? What is healthy in my life and how can I sustain it? How can I, you know, be in a position to where all those things happen, right? So that is your way to lose those 20 pounds, because living your life that way and making sure every day when you wake up, your plan is to do something that will get you to being active, being healthy, being able to say, okay, I'm on the right path and the right track to be active and mobile when I'm older. And when my kids have kids, you know, I'm gonna be around. I'm gonna be that active grandparent. You know what I mean? And then before you know it, you've lost that 20 pounds. Or maybe you didn't lose the 20 pounds, but you're in so much shape that you can do things that you no longer could. Your body is able to withstand the stress that it takes on a daily basis. Just all those things. And you may find yourself in the best shape of your life. And maybe that entailed losing 20 pounds. Maybe it didn't. Because sometimes we just think like, oh, I just need to lose 20 pounds. But what is the 20 pounds? Why do you think it's 20 pounds that you need to lose and not 15, not 50? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, that really doesn't mean that much, because that tells me that you're aiming for a number, and numbers can be different for everybody. You know, like that, it's just a number. But what you want is to be healthy. What you want is to have a certain physique. Maybe what you want is to just be, sometimes it's aesthetic. And I am a person who will never shame somebody for having an aesthetic goal to look a certain way. I know it gets frowned upon, or it's like the easiest thing to say is like, oh, but it shouldn't be about what you look like. But sometimes what you look like it helps you be happy. And that's another thing that I'm learning in this book, is that when you are trying to form these habits to propel your life and things like that, one of the main things it says to do is make it attractive. When you're attracted to something, you're more likely to do it. You want to, you know, continue the habit when it's attractive. So yeah, if looking in the mirror, you're like, damn, I look good, and that's what, you know, that's what you want, then go for it. It's okay to have a set of goals. Like, we are all different, and goals and what's important to one person may not be important to the next person. But should that person be like, why are you doing that? Or that's not okay? No. So that's why I'll never shame anybody's goal, even if it's like, I couldn't imagine doing it for my life. Okay. Again, we have different lives. We're on different paths. We have different universes. But yeah, but that's what I want to like really like hone in on, is just like, we have to create change. We have to create systems. No more goals, okay? Goals are out the window. All right, we got to seriously just, I have to pee so bad. I've been trying to like hold it in. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And I feel like I haven't taken a drink since I started. Okay, so I've been writing down the things that I want out of my life, and I've been doing it following the formulas that they give you in this book. So I've been doing that, and you know, I'm not perfect, so I do still have those internal battles where I'm like, okay, you still haven't worked out, you still haven't been to the gym, and then I'll be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go tomorrow, and then I said, no. What you're gonna do is you're gonna stop doing that, because right now you're learning how to make things lasting, to make the habits that you want to have for the rest of your life. You're learning how to do it in a way that's most sustainable for your life. So if you get up and go to the gym, you get up and go to the gym. If you don't, you don't. And there's nothing wrong with that. And that's what I'm telling myself, because I am working towards getting there, getting to a point where maybe working out in the morning might not be what's best for me, might not be suitable for me right now. And okay, I have to learn, I have to adjust. Maybe I am only able to work out on the weekends. I have to figure it out. I have to do the work before I can start being upset with myself for not having results right away, if that makes sense. I have to be kind to myself. I have to give myself a chance. So that's what I've been doing, and that in itself is a win. And that's what I'm choosing to focus on, that I'm able to make those type of decisions and kind of talk myself down when I want to just be hard on myself, or I want to blame myself for certain things. Like, I'm happy, and I'm gonna take that win. That is a pat on the back. That deserves it right there. You know, like, it's small things that it's okay to praise, even though you're not doing those things that you might think are bigger. You know what I mean? So for me, the gym is a big part of my life. So, you know, when I don't make it, it seems to outweigh the small things like reading my book. But I'm not going to do that anymore, because it's not. I can't give it that much power over my life, because I am more than the gym. I am more than going to the gym for an hour out of my day to work out. That's not just that's not totally me. So I shouldn't hold it to that highest standard like that. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I decided for me. So I'm taking life slow right now. It is February 1st. So we're a whole month into the new year, and I'm taking it very slow. So if you are with me, if you are at that point, I want this to be motivation for you. You do not have to just do things right now, because I would much rather take my time, figure it out, and make lasting changes and lifestyle changes than to just say, well, I'll worry about this later. I'm going to still try to do this, this, and this. And then by March or April, I've fallen completely off. You know what I mean? Because the ups and the downs can be so detrimental to our mental health. The roller coaster, it's fun at first, but then it gets to a point where it's played out, and then you're finding yourself just depressed. So let's make lasting changes. I need to stop flashing this book, because I'm like, I'm not even sponsored by this book, but that's just how much I really am fucking with it. Like, it's really, really good. But yeah, yeah, I don't know if this video has been super random and super rambly, but y'all, I'm just passionate about the things I'm experiencing in life, and I just wanted to, I don't know, talk to you guys about it. But yeah, so that is literally, I'm not sure. I might end the video here. I don't know. This feels like a good place to end it. I am going to be documenting my journey of you know, when I kind of put my systems in place and how I'm implementing them. I really want to like kind of document that, because I don't want to give all of this information that I'm doing this and this, and then like kind of like leave it out to dry, because I'm a type of person, when I don't understand something, or when I haven't experienced it myself, but I'm trying to learn, I'm trying to do something, I like when people break it all the way down. Like, I want to see step by step by step by step, not just because I'm going to go copy step by step by step, but it gives me an idea on how I can implement it in my life. And that's why I really do enjoy this book. So I will 10 out of 10 recommend this book. If you are interested, I will, well, I'm gonna show it right here. And I'll probably link it. I got it off Amazon, so I'll link the Amazon link down below. If you're like, I'm not trying to type all that in, I just want to click the link, I will link it down below. But this really does break it down for you. Like, it literally gives you so many examples of what it's talking about. So I absolutely love it. But I do want, for those people who don't go get this book, or still gets it but still wants like, okay, I want to see someone that I am experiencing or hearing talk about it, how they put it into use in their life. So I'm definitely going to document it. I don't know if I'm going to make this a series, but that seems like a possibility, because I do see myself really documenting this process and bringing you guys along the way. I feel like it's a way to hold myself accountable. Again, I think it's a way to be a resource for anybody out there who has experienced the same things, or not sure if they're experiencing the same things, or just, you know, if you're just vibing with the content. I just kind of want to be that resource for you. Yeah, so that's it. I'm not gonna make this super long, because I could talk forever, but thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you get what you need to get from this video, and you leave what you don't need, that doesn't serve you. Just leave it. Don't take it. Don't take that on. Like, just be like, oh, this is not serving me. Release it. Let that shit go. But yeah, again, thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video. If you made it to the end, I love you guys so much. Like, let me know in the comment section down below if you got to this point. If you enjoyed this content, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I have just so many plans for my channel in the future. If you already follow me, or if you looked at my I don't know, do you call it a profile? I don't know what you call it, but if you've looked at my page, then you know that I post fitness content, which I haven't done in a while, but believe me, I'm bringing it back. We're gonna have Workout Wednesday on this channel, y'all. I'm so excited. I'm just trying to make sure everything is in order to a certain extent. I'm not trying to make it perfect, but I do want to make the space that I'm gonna be working out in as, I don't know. I don't know. If you get what I'm saying by this, you get what I'm saying by this, but I want it to be that as possible. But I'm bringing it back because I realized that that is something that I absolutely love. So Workout Wednesday will be a thing. I also post food videos. So I'm, you know, really excited because I'm going to be kind of implementing some things to take those videos to the next level. And I want to do more stuff like this. So subscribe to my channel if you're into any of that. And I will see you guys in the next one. I love you so much.